Recently released in theaters, the live-action version of the beloved Disney film The Little Mermaid has already sparked discussion about the possibility of a sequel starring Halle Bailey as Ariel and Jonah Hauer-King as Prince Eric. Although there are currently no firm plans for a sequel, director Rob Marshall has speculated that one might be in the works, especially since the 1989 animated film The Little Mermaid included both. He told Total Picture magazine, "I know there have been the prequels and sequels to the animated film, like the straight-to-video kind of things, you know. It's a well-known tale with a large cast of people and many intriguing tales. For some things, I do believe it is appropriate. But you need to see how a movie functions and plays. I believe there is always room to discover tales within stories. Always a good thing, that. Here is all the information you need to know about a prospective sequel while we wait with Marshall to see how big of a hit The Little Mermaid is in theaters. The Little Mermaid 2 potential release date. When will The Little Mermaid 2 be released? We don't yet know whether The Little Mermaid will have a sequel, thus we don't know when it will be released. We might have to wait though, as the first movie took a while to arrive on the big screen. Rob Marshall joined as the director the next year after it was first planned back in 2016. Filming eventually took place between January and July 2021 as the COVID-19 epidemic delayed the production, which was originally scheduled to begin in 2020. Due to the extensive labor required to produce the undersea scenes, it took approximately 2 years before the movie was ready for distribution. Marshall described the convoluted procedure to Collider. It involved, obviously, a blue screen for all the underwater work, and every kind of apparatus you can possibly imagine. He said, had a new technique called anima, which is when something is too impossible to actually film because it's just too physical, or no one could do it, that we then apply their face. It's even different from motion capture, to a moment that's just too complicated, and that was something that we were actually able to do with cameras and light, so that was incredible. Given the lengthy time between the start of production and the movie's release, it is improbable that a sequel would be finished and available for viewing until 2025, even if production were to begin right away. You can blame the challenging underwater scenes. The Little Mermaid 2 cast, who would be coming back for The Little Mermaid 2? While Melissa McCarthy's character, the villainous Ursula, doesn't make it to the conclusion of the film, making her unlikely to return, the most of the other characters do. Therefore, we would expect to see all the leads return for a sequel. Halle Bailey as Ariel, Jonah Hauer-King as Eric, David Diggs as Sebastian the Crab, Jacob Tremblay as Flounder the Fish, Javier Bardem as Triton, Awkwafina as Scuttle, Nelma Dumezweni as Eric's mother, Queen Selena, Art Malik as Sir Grimsby. Diggs and Tremblay both expressed interest in returning for a sequel, which might be based on the animated follow-up created in 2000 in separate interviews with Digital Spy. The question is Flounder in that one? Tremblay inquired. He must have a family in that one, I think. In addition, Bardem stated that he would yes to everything in regards to a sequel and joked that Ursula could have a great spin-off, and I could show up there for Christmas with the family. The Little Mermaid 2 plot. What will The Little Mermaid 2 be about? There is undoubtedly room for a sequel that follows Ariel and Eric on their journeys, since the film concludes with them sailing away from Eric's island home to form ties with people from other locations. A follow-up may possibly be based on the 2000 direct-to-DVD adventure The Little Mermaid 2, Return to the Sea, which was the 1989 animated film's sequel. In that movie, which takes place 12 years after Eric and Ariel's initial tale, Melody, a human princess who is partially mermaid, is the main character. The villain in that tale is Ursula's sister Morgana, who seeks to rule the ocean realm with the aid of Triton's trident. To protect her, Eric and Ariel have kept Melody's heritage a secret and have forbidden her from being near the water. However, one day Melody meets Morgana, who transforms her into a mermaid as part of her nefarious plan to take control. The Little Mermaid 3, Ariel's Beginning, an animated prequel released in 2008, could also be turned into a live-action movie. The backstory of King Triton and the manner in which his wife, Queen Athena, passed away is explained before the action takes up when Ariel is 10 years old and encounters Flounder for the first time. Marina, the harsh governess of Ariel and her sisters, who is voiced by Oscar-winning actress Sally Field, is the villain in the prequel. She isn't actually all that bad, but she does have some nasty electric eels working for her. The Little Mermaid 2 trailer. Is there any footage yet? Sadly, there is no footage to view as The Little Mermaid 2 has not yet begun filming. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more.